Oh, we can go to the next world now. But am I done with Mafia Town yet? I'm not entirely sure.
So I do know there's some later levels in Mafia Town where you need powers to go back to, but I think some of these you should still be able to do fairly easily here.
Oof. This is where it's kind of kicking me in the arse now, but we've got a time rift, Tanner.
Ooh, I love me some time rifts.
Okay, so can't afford that. Let's get at least 50 in the golden vault. I know I can do this one.
The art by Jenna Brown for every loading screen is the best thing ever.
It's beautiful.
And of course, as soon as the game was released, she's like, okay, here's all the art with like none of the text, just full resolution. Have at her. And I'm like, thank you.
That's the benefit of being like a somewhat indie team. Like, you don't have to jump through hoops to just get art released.
No, for sure. And actually, it's really cool because my main key art for my channel was actually done by her back in the day before Hat in Time. And then her now husband was the one who did the redone art. So it was kind of cool. When I sent the reference, he's like, oh my god, that's Jenna's art. And I'm like, yeah! And it's really cool. Her husband is Micah Farrar. He's the guy who did, because I mean there hasn't been many, the JonTron pixel animations for his openings and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's the pixel guy behind that. So like he's immensely talented. And I love both their art so much.
Alright, just remind me I need to get up to 100. I cannot not get to 100.
Well, I mean, you just missed one right there. You should probably go back and get it. Definitely break all the glowing stuff. Kill any enemies. Oh, relics! I forgot about these.
Yep. Do you want to explain what they do now, or shall we wait until we get a full set?
I might as well talk about them now. Relics are just little collectibles that are meant to be like souvenirs Hat Kid is taking home that you need to combine in different ways to create little art pieces for your ship. And when you do that, you actually get a level unlocked. So it's definitely worth it to do it because they're all Rift levels, and Rift levels are the best.
Like, doesn't collecting stuff in this game feel good?
Oh, it does. It's so actually, interestingly, because I was reading the Wikipedia page, the whole thing was one of the reasons he wanted to make this game was, okay, Donkey Kong 64 ruined the genre because there was too much to collect and made collecting not fun and just a chore.
Yeah.
So he said he wanted everything that you collect to be something you want to collect. And I definitely get that from this game.
Like, Yarn gives you new hats, which gives you new gameplay opportunities. Ponds open up levels. You know, you have, like, the relics, which combine into, you know, models that are nice to look at, but they also give you new levels to play. Everything has consequences that are good for the player.
Do you want to go just back to where you were for a second? I just want to point something out that's interesting. So down at the end of the pier, there's a little restaurant if you want to go there for a sec.
Okay.
So this restaurant, if you see, it's way down at the end there. Nope, at the end. There was a big deal about this restaurant here where in the early version of the game, if you look in the top window there, like the round one, there was a weird ghost that would be there, like a spooky, like it looks like a Japanese style horror monster ghost that if you were to run, so you had to see it, you needed to run from the start of the level and head there immediately within like the first 20 seconds. It was tough. You needed the sprint badge. But that was meant to be a part of the game that was never actually expanded upon. Specifically with the Tim, the CEO of Time, who was going to be a big part of the plot, that never ended up actually being in the game. Him and Timmy, who was meant to be the first two-player character before they decided to go with Bo Kid instead.
Yeah. Okay, I think I have, for the lack of a better word, grinding enough, so let's try and find some more doodads.
One easy way to sort of know where you have to go in this mission is if you were to either jump on or hit the vault, little rays of light come out that tell you exactly where they go, which is a really nice way of doing it, because it's not too easy, but it's definitely a good hint.
I just like moving from point A to point B in this. It gives me a good feeling.
No, for sure, because the parkour mechanic is so nice. You know, the running up the walls slightly, the ability to grab onto stuff. Like, it feels good to just run around, for sure. So what's your favorite, like, 3D sort of level? Because I'd say this is up there for me.
Are we ranking all the chapters in the game right now, or are you just asking me in general?
Just in general for games. What's, like, your favorite, like, 3D exploring level to keep exploring around even after, you know, you've collected everything?
Something like Banjo-Kazooie. Something that has a nice, like, natural feel to it.
Okay. Not Tui, right? Kazooie, we're talking, right?
Oh, we're talking Kazooie, mate, because I like Tui, but goddamn, too much, turn it down.
Yeah, no, I was, Tui, I remember playing that and just being like, wow, that's quite a different level design you got going on there.
It's a bit too spicy, if you will.
Yeah, we want to go get all these golden, tickets to obviously go see, Willy Wonka.
Yeah. No, it's just to get over timepiece. Don't get that. It sounds cool.
What?
It's not worth it, Tanner.
It's so fun!
Whatever. And this is if you want to play as Banjo.
Yeah, it makes all the text go from speaking to, you know, so.
And the badges that are, like, deemed, like, not worth it always have, like, flies buzzing around them, which is great.
Well, those are the ones that make it harder, they said, pretty much. They said, like, those are the ones that when you use them, they change up the game in a negative way. There's one that makes it so you have 1 hit point. There's one that was a downloadable one, which makes it so that you always have those, Shadow Marios following you, so no matter what, you have to keep running. So that makes levels really difficult.
Yikes. Right, we've got 2 out of 4 now. I can count. We have deduced that my skills may be limited, but they are there.
No, for sure. It's definitely, this is a great way to let you explore the level. There is a free roam option, but you don't really need to use it because, like, this level is a great free roam level, if you ask me. So this actually reminds me of, this level was in the beta, although it was quite different because of the fact that there was a different type of badge that never made it to the full game, and it was actually called the Snatcher badge, based on a character who we'll see later. But basically what the badge was is you would place down a portal at your feet, and then you would be able to run around wherever, and then when you would hit it again, you would go back to that portal, like you would return to that location.
Yeah.
So for this mission, you would just place it down by the vault, go get the thing, and then press it and you go back. That never came out to the full game. I think they said it was because of, there's some programming issues with getting back to areas where after you weren't supposed to be able to get back there. But that was one of the removed things. There's actually a couple removed levels from this one too, including there was one called the Rocket Race, which is in this game, but it was different where you would actually ride the rocket around. In the original Mafia town, there was little rockets that you could ride around in, and it just kind of broke the game because you could get anywhere on them.
Yeah. Not a good thing. Not a good thing. You need to have everything sequential and whatnot in your platformers.
Yeah, because, I mean, you want to platform in a platformer, right? So they had these rockets that you would just ride on, and you could go everywhere.
Oh, look at this. Lost and found. Found. Hat. There's a cage. Oh.
I've never even seen that.
Very early character thing. Dress blue. Is best you.
That's interesting. There's a really cool video of how they made the insides of buildings for this game. They're actually not real 3D insides of the buildings. They're actually 2D art moved in a special way to make it look 3D, and it's the most insane thing. It's so cool.
I think Spider-Man PS4 actually does a similar thing.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Someone pointed that out. One thing I love about indie games is being able to watch how they're made and see the tricks that are used. It's so cool.
Yeah. I'm basically gonna be able to afford the next hat almost instantly when the option comes around.
Well, it's important to get as much yarn as you can, because the last hat you get, it was optional in the full game, but in the end of, Seal the Deal, you do actually need it, so It went from being optional to being needed. It takes a lot of yarn.
Booyah.
We did it.
Basically just gotta clear out as much of Mafia Town before I actually move on. That's just how I do these collectathon shenanigans.
No, that makes sense for sure, and I do like that about this game where you can do that. There's a couple missions where you can't progress until you have a further levels item, but it will literally tell you, "Hey, you need this item. Come back later."
Yeah.
And it's like, "Thank you for telling me."
Oh, this is obviously a Smash Bros. Reference. It couldn't be anything
Oh,
else.
100%. Oh, so much.
Cookie Cat is here. What's up, kitten?
What a lovely spaceship you have here. Sorry for the break and entering.
Sorry for, like, intruding on your home, destroying your privacy. I just wanted to see what the inside of your house looked like.
Can we just imagine just coming home and someone being like, "Hey, sorry, I broke in. How's it going? I want to see what your house is like."
And, like, you've got an N64 here. I've never seen one before. I was born in the 2010s.
Oh no, better yet, Hat Kid has a game dodecahedron if you look by the TV there, and it's so clearly a GameCube, but with more sides.
Oh, here we go. Relic tutorial. Wow, look at all this science right now.
Hey, and we actually get both the top and the bottom for it. Though I would probably say, because it costs a bit to unlock the relic podium, I'd say we should probably not do that just yet till we get a few more pawns.
Okay. Oh
Oh
yeah, because otherwise I won't be able to afford that thing in Mafia Town.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for relics. I've taught you.
I like how it's just all weird stuff you'd find in one of those stores that's kind of quirky at the mall. It's like not even like interesting relics, it's just like, yeah, just weird stuff.
Absolutely, absolutely GameCube. It's even got the handle on the back.
It even has the handle at a weird angle. I love it so much.
Alrighty.
I like how we're living in an age where you watch stuff and they insert nostalgic GameCubes. Like, it just reminds me of Steven Universe, where it's just like, yeah, there's just a GameCube. It's just there.
This one's pretty tough, but I have the cojones to deal with such fire levels.
So, just to tell you right now, the first Death Wish mission is beating this level, but you're constantly getting hotter, so you need to cool down in water occasionally. So, like, the air itself starts hurting you, and if you do it more than twice, you fail the mission.
Huh.
It is and there's more pipes that you have to hit. It is the most, it was so difficult.
The resolution to this one always makes me laugh because it's so nonsensical. Like, how is lava coming out of faucets to begin with? It would melt the faucets, let's be fair.
Shh, it's okay, it's a video game. I think the better question is, why do you have lava faucets in the first place?
Well, I mean, they built on an active volcano, didn't they?
Yeah, but why wouldn't you just not put faucets in? Why wouldn't you just let it go out into the ocean and turn into an island?
True, true. I don't think Team Magma thought this through, let's be fair.
Yeah, no, this is literally what if Team Magma won.
I can't believe I put all my chips on them, Tanner.
You know what? Let's get a mod that just adds Groudon in the background of this level.
I gotta say, I love the fact that Hatkid will sometimes autocorrect herself, especially on these narrow platforms.
Yeah, I know for sure, it's very helpful. This is very much made gameplay-wise with like, okay, what would the player find annoying? Landing on these like slippery curved platforms? Good, let's make it so that we autocorrect to them.
You can tell it was made by people who played a lot of like Nintendo games back in the day.
No, for sure, yeah.
Alright, let's get the hard one out of the way. Oh jeez.
Quite a bit later in my playthrough, I pretty much went to levels as they unlocked instead. And by doing that, I had items here that I could use to make it quite a bit easier.
Yeah, well, I'm not you, Tanner. Sorry, I live on the edge.
No, it's okay, because it's one thing I like is when you play games, you can do them differently. Also, just run up that lava.
Come on. Get a bounce going. There we go.
Even the way the you jump on the wires there reminds me so much of Mario Sunshine.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I love those. I love Mario Sunshine, not for its gameplay, but for what it is in my memories.
It's a good game, mate. It's just a bit too repetitive, and I wouldn't say the environments are the most exciting in Mario.
See, but I love the environments. I love like this sort of level design where it's like could be a real place, but you're still platforming around it. I much prefer that to like levels in the sky.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I can sort of see what you mean. I'm a big fan of like industrial areas to go around.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's something that I really liked about that game, which I know some people didn't like as much. They thought it was a little too different for Mario, but I love that GameCube era of being weird and different. Making a very cel-shaded anime Zelda, or having Mario and Luigi speak full sentences in the tennis games, all that good stuff.
There should be a time rift here later, so just keep an eye on this area.
Yeah, I think you need to, if that's not one of the relic ones, and that one might be one of the ones they have to beat the first one for.
Disappearing platforms, because of course, this is where you're going to want to use your air cancel.
Yeah, for sure. It feels really good to, like, it helps you slow down in the air, which is really nice.
There we go. Now we can use the rift token machine.
So one thing that was taken out of the full game that was out here was there was an island way off in the distance in the beta game, so far out that you couldn't get to it without hacking, because in the initial game there was a robot shark that would try and eat you if you're in the water. Little Banjo-Kazooie, you know, with the Chomper there.
Of course.
But there was an island there with a message on it written in like a fake language that if you were to read, it was like in dedication to someone's father who passed away who worked on the game.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're like, I didn't really want people to see it. I wanted it to be my private thing, and so they took it out of the full game. But it's like, if you put it in there, you think people will try and find it. That's how they kind of work. It's like...
Alright, not more to do now. Well, not a lot more. Come on, Tom. Even if you're platforming in lava, your grammar must be sound, mate. You are a commentator. What do you think about the theme for this level, mate?
Almost all the music in this game I love. It all super fits with the tone. It's really good.
It's kind of a bit Mad Libby, is it? After like this first level, because it goes from Mario Sunshine to like, I don't know, Western and glitzy Hollywood, and then you're like horror, and then it's like here's a bit of free roam.
Yeah, well, I think one of the things they said was that they wanted every world to feel like it's a different structure of game, which I think is really interesting. I know some people would kind of like more consistency. Like, I wouldn't have minded it if every level was just a standard format like this, but I think it does mix things up.
I was talking to Spa on Kingdom Hearts stream the other day, and someone in the chat asked, what if there was a game made by Sakurai, Suda51, Yoko Taro, and Kojima? And I was like, why don't you just put that in like a sort of chapter sort of game, make an anthology thing, like Sakurai does the opening level, Suda51 is the second, Yoko Taro is the third, and Kojima's the fourth.
That would be weird, because some of them have very different styles.
No, that's what I mean. It doesn't have to mesh up if you make it anthology based, because it could
for sure
be a different gameplay and genre every chapter.
Wooden train set. That was the hypest thing as a kid.
Don't mention the T word. I will be set off.
Okay, but as a kid, I was so into trains. It was my big favorite thing. I had Thomas the Tank Engine everything.
He said it!
I'm sorry!
What an asshole.
I love it.
Here we go. How much yarn do I actually have right now?
I think you have 9, which seems like a lot, but I think every hat after this takes, what's the word? Incrementally goes up, like it's not just the same amount, it goes up, it like doubles and then triples, like it keeps going up more and more. The last one takes like 40 yarn, I think.
Shit.
So, because you want to be able to get all the different hats, but the last one, like I said, it was deemed optional in the full game. There's no situation where you need it, but the in the DLC, you do need it.
That's what I've been told to say. So make a purchase.
So what do we got from this guy now?
No more bonking against walls while diving. Upgrade your thing to a scooter.
That's my big favorite!
Well, we'll save our money for now.
You actually, the nice thing is you get to preview that badge in another mission, and you can just buy it, which is good, because the scooter is just... It's one of my favorite things is to let you platform in an entirely different way, and it does let you because it itself controls differently.
Okay, I've got you now, Final Faucet. That's my non-copyright version of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, of course, Final Faucets. If you were to put that on a Hot Topic t-shirt, you would not have to worry about copyright at all.
Alright, now we've got to get into the thing and shoot ourselves up to get our reward. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, now I just need to find a quick way up there.
Yeah, it's sometimes I kind of like how it doesn't just warp you up there. It's like, no, now you have to get up there yourself. It's like it's not done immediately. Though it would be funny if it's like finish the faucet, end of mission, solve it the rest of it yourself.
You did it!
You're not covered in slime anymore, so I will interact with you.
Now Mafia no longer need to eat lava for breakfast.
Look at that, shark's head, and just the rest of it is plain old sushi.
Please,
That's
take
great.
this as trophy. You are truly the hero of Mafia Town.
Oh, we're implicated now. Better hope the IRS doesn't come crawling down to Mafia Town.
You know, that'd be kind of hard to eat. It's a little undercooked, if you ask me.
It's okay, we're just gonna take it and leave. Don't touch the punch, don't touch the sushi. It's probably all contaminated and whatnot.
Oh yeah, Mafia. I feel like they wouldn't like wash their hands between stuff, so that'd be pretty bad.